Hey, how y'all doing this evening? This is Spiritual Nightcap, Part 8. Thank you, Lord, for this day. So we left off where Jayla had the baby, and her name is Faith Ann Christensen. So, time has passed. Jess has come home. And guess what? Jess finally has a job. I know y'all was going to say, when is this man going to have a job? But Jess has found a job. He is working for this new cellular communications company. So he is doing great. He's staying sober. He's happy with his job. He's happy how his strength is coming back. And he's staying sober and clean for his wife and daughter. So this particular night, Jayla decides she wants to go to church. And of course, Jayla asks, but Jess said he did not want to go. So Jayla said, do you mind staying home with Faith? And he said, sure, I'd love to stay home with my baby, my little pumpkin. So he stays home with Faith. They have a great time, a dad and daughter bond. He's playing with her and she's cooing and smiling and jumping up and down on her legs, and they just having a good time together. So eventually playtime was over. Jess laid the baby down and he put on her little music box and she fell off to sleep, and he watched a little TV and he eventually fell off to sleep. And Jayla came home from her service. She was happy. She was singing. She was singing about how good God was and talking about the preacher's sermon and how he was just saying that, God will work things out for our good, and he's good, and God will supply their every need. And she just was telling Jess about what was going on at church, and Jess barely heard what she said because he fell off to sleep. So another part of this story is that Jess the story has moved on to 3 years. Jess has been sober for 3 years. So he's having a celebration. His mom and dad is coming to visit, and Jayla's mom and dad is coming to visit. And they just celebrated his sobriety, and Jess was just feeling so good about how he's been staying sober. And once again, he took Jayla by the hand and he apologized, for all the things he's done, and how, it bothers him at times because he knew that the way Faith Ann came into the world, that wasn't a special and bonding moment. But he, just wanted to reassure Jayla that he's happy with his sobriety, and that he hopes to bring on more special moments and sober moments. And Jayla just let him know that the past is the past, and that he should leave it in the past because she has forgiven him, and they have a beautiful baby girl. Even though it didn't come out that they didn't conceive it in a beautiful way, but she said that's over and in the past. And she let him know how much she loved him and how proud she was that he was staying sober. And they shared a passionate kiss and went on to bed. But stay tuned to part 9. Another trial is coming. So stay tuned and have a blessed night. And before I go on tonight, I just want to share my spiritual nightcap. So tonight what comes to mind is that we must forgive, let go, and let God. And Jayla has done her part. She been forgave Jess for what happened on how she conceived Faith Ann. But when the devil tries to make something for bad, God made it for good. And they have a beautiful, blessed baby girl. So just keep in your mind that when we forgive, we must let go and let God. Don't keep bringing up that past thing, because if you bring it up, you haven't let it go. You bring it up, you haven't forgiven, especially if it makes you mad when you bring it up. So let's just keep it in mind. Let go and let God have his way. And just remember that in marriage, that, nothing is perfect. There's going to be flaws. You have to have the mindset to say whether you're going to forgive. Having a strong marriage that holds on and holds out is that it takes a lot of forgiveness. It takes unconditional love, realizing that us as husband and wives, we're going to make some type of mistake. We have flaws, but God can clean us up from any circumstance and make us better. But we have to have a mindset to want to be better. Open our minds, our heart to want to be set free and delivered. So remember, when you forgive, let it go. Don't bring it up anymore. Just like God, he sees our flaws. He sees our mistakes. He doesn't hold it over our head. He doesn't keep us hostage in that sin. It's us that keep ourselves in hostage in that sin. And we got to let it go. We've been washed. We've been forgiven in God's sight. And we move on and just continue to look to God for all his help, because we need him in everything we do. We need his guidance. We need his love. We need his grace and mercy. God is so awesome. So that's all I have to say on tonight, on this spiritual nightcap. You have a great evening, and I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. And just remember, we are to love one another, share love with one another. God is awesome. Have a great night and stay tuned for part 9. Have a great night. Bye for now.